Evans Jones.
Hi, it's Marco from Moose Marketing and PR, the editor of Punchline magazine. Today I'm in Cheltenham outside the ice rink with David Jones, senior partner Evans Jones. David, what does it mean for a town like this and how they've got to adapt to the sort of modern retail environment?
Firstly, very warm welcome. It's not too cold an evening, which is lovely. So standing here outside the new Cheltenham ice rink, which is here until January, I talk, as you know, a lot about repurposing the high street and what we can do to regenerate our towns and cities, and this is part of the jigsaw that I see it. So about bringing people in, creating events, creating things that people want to go to, and what a superb venue this historically has, the Winter Gardens, and this chimes very well with Cheltenham's history, right next to the Queen's Hotel opposite 131. So it's not just about ice skating, which is fantastic, but it's about drawing people here. And once you draw people here, they will go into town, they will spend. And looking at it with other initiatives in the town, extending opening hours, all of that is part of that rich mix that towns all need to consider in the round. Now, I think the interesting bit is this wasn't here last year, and this is the first time Cheltenham have done it. Obviously in Gloucester it's been done for a number of years. I think the interesting sort of dynamic will be looking at the results once it's completed. It will be successful, but sometimes these things take a few years and people have to work at it to build the interest and the attraction, rather than perhaps just looking at 1 year's performance. So I hope it's a great performance this year, don't get me wrong, but if it's a break even, we need to be reinvesting in this every year and create that rhythm that will get people coming back to Cheltenham and using the town and bringing all of those things that I talk about regularly to make all of that rich mix of a town a fantastic place for people to go. That's what it means to me. Do
you think the pandemic's actually going to help people bring back, in a sort of paradox really? In some ways, before the pandemic, the town centres were dying.
Yeah.
Suddenly everybody wants to be around each other, so maybe it's going to work the opposite way.
Interestingly, I was with a digital online company yesterday who were reporting a declining sales, interestingly, because there is that yearning for people wanting to come together. In Cheltenham we're seeing a lot of let signs, a lot of sold signs in the town, so it's starting to happen. I think all of those bad bits that perhaps the gloommeisters were talking about mid-pandemic are not really panning out. You look at the financial performance. I know inflation is up, but you look at financial performance generally and it's pretty good, and I think there is that yearning for people to meet and greet and come together, and this is a great venue for that to happen.
So the commercial property sector, we all thought people weren't going to go back to the office, but that doesn't seem to be the case either. You've been a planning expert. What's the situation?
Not at all. I mean, it's a different environment, but absolutely strong. I mean, we're seeing, even in London, where people are saying it's dead, it's not going to happen. We're seeing significant increases in interest and sales and rentals in London, and I say across towns and cities. It's a different environment, and I think people are wanting a different product, better quality. So people are absolutely going for quality over quantity, but get the quality right, and people will buy, definitely.
David Jones from Evans Jones. Great to see you again. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks very much.
My pleasure.